Hey there, I'm Javid. I have like 10 plus years of experience in the software industry. I talk about coding, staying fit, what I'm building, all those things here on the YouTube. And today I wanted to share you or tell you how to get your first software engineering job. I'm able to crack my software engineering job 10 years back, but seeing the industry currently, I wanted to share how I got my first software engineering job, and hopefully that might give you some insights or some ideas in your own career. So let's get started. First, you need to understand that I'm very much interested in computers, coding, building software or building solutions. Even though I'm a very average student, I had 12 backlogs, almost failed in every semester of engineering. Not because I was dumb, because I didn't like the education system. Okay, so it's very bold, and I felt like it's just waste of time to learn that. I was able to take my own time to clear all the subjects. I got the degree. Good thing there. You need a piece of paper to crack a good company, so make sure that you get a degree irrespective of whether you are a topper or you failed in subjects. It's fine. Make sure that first get a degree. So here is how you can start developing a habit of coding and start getting good at it, how to look for solutions, how you can get a job offers. So let's break down all these parts one by one. First thing is, first you need to get a habit of coding. Okay, any habit or any kind of skill which if you want to learn, first you need to build a discipline where you can sit and then learn it. Take out 30 minutes, sleep less if you can, 30 minutes every single day. Start with basics of coding. Don't get into building a solution like building an application or apps or AI, all that. Those things are, they're at a very high level. Okay, they are for production problems, not at this stage. You need to get an understanding of how the program is structured. Build a small calculator. That's it. That's more than enough. Concentrate on small problems like this. Get an understanding of how the OOPS concepts are working. Don't get into design patterns or architectural patterns or multi-threading, all that. First thing, you need to understand that how a program is being structured. Take 1 year if you have to. Make sure that your fundamentals are really strong. If I give you any program to write, you should be able to think at least its solution. Even if you're not able to code it, but at least you should have that coding mindset, right? So that's very important in the industry, and it will help you throughout your career, because every single day we wake up and we try to solve a different problem with a different method. So you need to have that thinking capacity. That's what you are trying to train yourself for. Not the coding, not building a good program or all that. It's about the ability to solve a problem. Make sure you practice that one. As soon as you started getting good at coding, start picking up a tech stack. You might like iOS development like me. You might like Android development or a web app or an AI. That's completely fine. Start picking up a tech stack. Then take a course on Udemy, or if you don't have money, you can also learn from YouTube. You'll get a really good tutorials which are completely free, available on the internet. If you don't want to waste money, if you don't have that kind of money to spend on courses, that's completely fine. You can learn everything for free on the internet in this generation. We are one of the most blessed generations ever, where we have the access to internet and the free education. So take a complete use of that. Start building small solutions in that segment, and then start posting about your work on LinkedIn and X. No matter how bad the product is, nobody is going to judge you because you are a student or a junior developer. That's completely fine. They know that it takes years to get good at building a scalable software with a good architecture and the design patterns. Nobody is expecting you to build that kind of production-ready applications the initial stage of your career. That's completely fine. You don't need to worry about all that. You need to concentrate on first getting good at coding, then getting good at a tech stack and building solutions. Even if I tell you to build an application like Swiggy, you need to at least think of its architecture, like how the flow is happening, how will you build it, what kind of experience you want to give to the user. So that's going to be the main concept. If you start building stuff and if you showcase that stuff on LinkedIn or X, founders, recruiters will start approaching you. Even in this era of engineering, where it's really difficult to get a job for a junior developer or a student, This world will always respect a good developer who is trying to solve a problem, irrespective of they know the architecture, design patterns, clean code patterns, all that. It's fine, you can learn it along the way. They see that if a person is able to think logically and come up with a solution, that's what the companies and the industry is going to value. That's how I am able to get a job. That's how I am able to like crack so many companies during my career. It's the ability to solve the problem. That's going to be your main goal, not the coding, not some kind of tech stack or not some kind of application. It's how you solve the problem with your own thinking, with your own solution, even though there are not solutions available out there. Look, when you start coding, right, it feels very overwhelmed. You feel like what is happening, like how the code is working. It's so like difficult initially that you will feel like giving up. Don't give up. If you're not getting any code or any problem, take a break, go out, do the things which you like, come back, you will find a solution. Whenever I stuck at any problem, what I do is I'll just turn off my laptop and then I play a game or I do photography or I edit a video. I just don't feel like coding anymore. I just come out of that zone, and then I don't know, somehow I get the solution while working on the other stuff. Then I go back and fix that solution. That's how I've been doing from last 10 years. So I take a break, I come back with a solution. It's fine if you feel it's really hard. It's fine if you feel like giving up. That's okay. It's not some kind of rocket science. If you put enough hours, if you give like 1 year, just tell this to yourself, okay, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it gets, I will continue coding for 1 year. After 1 year, man, I'm gonna tell you, you will be able to see yourself back and then laugh at it, laugh at the difficulties which you faced, and now they feel like piece of cake. It's very common, and this is how everybody learns. Initially it's going to be really hard, but the moment you start practicing more and more code, you started reading more and more code of others, you will get a hang of it. If you're stuck at any point, you can either chart that problem with ChatGPT to get a solution, or you can reach out to people on LinkedIn. As much as possible, try to reach out people on LinkedIn. This is one phase. This is how you get good at your craft. Now, if you don't showcase your work to the world, how will world know that you exist in this industry, right? You need to make sure that you present yourself in front of the world. How bad the product is, it doesn't matter. You are a junior developer, you are a student, that's completely fine. World will understand that. Everybody understands that. Make sure every single day you post about something you're learning or you're building on the LinkedIn and the X about your work. Take a screenshots, post them, GitHub links, all that. And one or the other way, the moment you stay active on the LinkedIn and X, right, these platforms will start promoting your content. And then the more recruiters search about particular job opportunities, you will be like treated as the eligible candidate because you're active on the platform, right? And platform will reward the people who are active on their platform. That's the basic knowledge. That's the basic algorithm, how the algorithm works of any platform. So stay consistent on posting your work on the LinkedIn. Stay consistent on learning new technologies or learning new concepts in coding. Try to learn something new every single day. At the end, make sure that to reach out to people. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to the people. That's how I'm able to secure a first job. It's very easy, irrespective of whether there is an AI, there is a recession, it doesn't matter. The world will always going to respect good developers, and there are so many jobs available out there. We don't have good developers or good people who can take up those jobs and work on it. There are too many engineers, I agree on that, but there is no job eligibility. There are jobs, there are engineers, but the gap between jobs and the engineers is pretty huge. I don't see too many people who are like capable of taking up that job. I have taken like hundreds of interviews in my career, but most of them I have rejected because they, even with the seniority also, they don't understand very basic concept. So make sure your fundamentals are good. Always learn, showcase your work to the world. Let's have a small exercise. If you have still doubts, okay, if you're struggling, if you don't know like how to proceed it after like this video also, so let's have a small discussion in the comments. Tell me about your situation. Let me see how I can help you with the roadmap. I hope whatever I shared is helpful to you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.